Tariq,
What's up, Jason?
what's good?
It's all good, man.
Thank you for coming in. First time actually properly meeting you. I met you the other night at the show,
Yeah.
but got introduced to you by Kay the Chosen,
Word.
and now we're chopping it up. So thank you for coming in first and foremost.
Thanks for having me.
There you go. So, I did want to dive in straight away, get to know you, but before I actually get to know you, because I know you just released a project,
Yeah.
Rotations.
Yes.
Tell us about the project.
I would say it's my first proper solo album. So
Yeah.
a lot of people in the city will know me as the main MC for Dragonfly Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Myself and DJ Cosm. So we've been a duo since 2002.
Yeah.
Long ass time.
Okay.
But I actually make beats. A lot of people don't know that. With DFE,
Mm-hmm.
Cosm is the guy making most of the beats. So I had a lot of beats hanging around for a while that I was saving for my proper solo release.
Yeah.
And the pandemic just kind of allowed me more time in the studio to kind of just hash things out and finally get the project out there. And yeah, it's 10 tracks, 2 interludes.
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. It's me going through just my thoughts on life.
Yeah.
There's thoughts on hip hop, what it means to me. There's thoughts on what's going on in the world. And yeah, it's a project I'm really proud of.
You know what? As I was listening to it, one thing I did get from it, it's a very strong 90s, early 90s feel.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that's your inspiration behind your rap as well.
Yeah, man. Like when I was growing up in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
I was really drawn to like the MCs that were more conscious in terms of what they were talking about.
Mm.
So I'm talking like Tribe Called Quest,
Yeah.
Gangstar, Most Def, Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
So just to say, sorry to interject. So that basically me asking who your top 5 artists of all time are will probably be a little bit more different
Yeah.
to the younger artists out now.
It would be a little bit different.
Who are your top 5, by the way?
Top 5 MCs?
Yeah.
Damn, okay. KRS-One,
Mm-hmm.
Rakim,
Mm-hmm.
and then can I put groups in there too?
Yeah, you can put groups in there.
Yeah, like Tribe Called Quest,
Mm-hmm.
Guru from Gangstar, and Most Def. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. You know what? That's one thing I love.
Pharoah
about music.
Monch. Yeah.
For
Forgot about
music,
Pharoah. And Black
everyone's got
Thought.
different. See, there's more.
Yeah.
So with this project itself, what is your favorite track?
Oh,
from
wow.
there?
It's probably the last track that I made, which is the title track, Rotations.
I was gonna say that. I've got that written here. I really like that track myself.
Thank you, man.
It gives me that sort of slum village, old school Outcast sort of vibe, and it's nice. It's nice to see that there's actually still rappers bringing that era now.
Yeah.
So do you find it harder, especially in this generation of music, to make that sort of music here?
For me, no, because that's what comes most natural to me. You'll notice as well. There's a couple tracks on the project where I kind of try to get caught up to the current time. They're with a more like a double time, more trap kind of flow, but still kind of infused with the conscious lyrics and with the samples in the beats and stuff like that. So it's like a best of both worlds thing. I love what's going on these days. Do you know what I mean? I respect MCs, especially like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Isaiah Rashad. Yeah. Guys like that,
Okay then. So what would you say is the background for it? So what kind of inspired you? Was it just the upbringing, or was it you wanted to show people this was your solo venture?
It was just, I love the stuff that I do with Dragonfly Empire. There's a legacy there, and it's been so cool, and we're gonna continue to do stuff. But this was a little more personal. It's instead of bouncing ideas off of DJ Cosm, it's myself who had the final say on everything. So it's a little bit different in that sense, and it's what I wanted to create was those albums that I would listen to in the 90s. I would just slip on the headphones and just end up in a different world. And I would listen to these albums on repeat all night, and I would be bouncing on my bed, and I would just be like, just loving the vibes. And like, it's all about the melody, the samples, and what they're saying. And just, I wanted to recapture that feeling that I had in my youth when I was listening to those classic albums.
So do you think, is this going to be the one project, or are you going to make more Or
There's gonna be more, but I kind of want to try different angles. You know what I mean? Like the next album, I think I want to maybe get a little slightly more updated sound. But like I also love what producers like K Tronada are doing, and just where you have that funkiness, even like Anderson Paak, guys like that.
exactly, yeah.
Just bring that funk, bring a little more R&B and soul into it, but still kind of have that conscious side as well, but like something that you can groove to a little more. I would say that Rotations is really headphone music. It's for walking down on a cold winter afternoon or morning or whatever, and just you got your headphones on and you're just zoning out to it, and that's what's keeping you warm, because you got these dope beats, you got these dope rhymes in your ears, and making something that's a little more something you can groove to and think to would be something I'd want to do in a future project.
So, being a producer,
Yeah.
as well as an artist, what process do you enjoy more? The writing lyrics or producing beats?
To be honest, I would say it's probably leans a little more towards making the beats. The beats, yeah.
Do you know, you're the third person I've asked.
Yeah.
That's an artist and producer, and they've said making beats.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like, without the beats, it's like a poem, which is cool. And poetry is amazing. And I respect poetry. I respect spoken word. But that beat, man, like, that's the groove. It just brings you in. It just hypnotizes you. And I loved 90s hip hop because what it did was, like, they mined the 70s soul. They mined, like, 60s whatever, and they kind of just chopped it up with the samples and recreated it into something new, and I was just fascinated by that. And like producers like Jay Dilla, Pete Rock, DJ Premier, like these were my idols, growing up, and like just that head bob comes first, and then it's almost like when you think of a sandwich, that's the bread, you know what I mean, and then like the lyrics are like what's inside, or if you compare it to a cake, that the lyrics are like the icing on it for me, but the beat, I could just listen to a straight beat alone without lyrics. Listening to just like acapellas, I don't know who does that. I don't do that,
I've been second guessed, I'm chasing success, rocking this microphone